we're just a couple of days away from some very cold, Arctic-like air pushing down into the states. We are still keeping an eye on our next possible tropical cyclone of the year, and in a few days we'll see some heavy rainfall return to portions of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. It's September 1st, 2025. Let's get into the updates. In just over 48 hours, we are expecting some extremely cold air to begin pushing into the states through the northern plains and upper Midwest. The big question still remains, how long will this cold air stick around, and will we see more cold air returning through September? Well, here we go with the latest Euro model. You can see as we get into September 3rd, September 4th, we have that cold air diving down into the eastern US. Here is our ridge, our trough, and our large upper level low. And this is going to spin out here for a little bit, allowing some of that cold air to sink pretty far into the south. Now, as we get into the second week of September and approach the end of the second week, we are going to have the possibility for some more of this cold air, as you can see behind it, to push back into the states. Does it enter in through the Northwest or Northern Rockies, or does it push back down into the east once again? That's going to be important. Our latest Euro run does see that cold air diving back down into the Northwest, and this would allow a little bit of heat to return into the plains and potentially out east. But here's where things get interesting. We are getting closer to that fall severe season, and if this cold air were to push back down through the northern plains or upper Midwest, we could be talking about the possibility for some severe weather. Where we get these temperature battleground zones, these are the regions that we're going to have to be watching, because of course this cold air up to the north will be sinking and this warm air out ahead of it will be rising, and that is how you get a lot of instability and lift, which allows for those severe thunderstorms. So we will be watching these temperature swings very closely, especially as we push farther through fall. Today is the first day of meteorological fall, which is all of September, October, and November. The equatorial Pacific continues to cool down, and as I said, as we move forward in time, this may allow for our jet stream to move further to the north and clear out some air here through the western Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf for some potential tropical development. We are watching some tropical waves currently moving off the coast of Africa, and they will be making their way west across the Atlantic. The NHC, as I said earlier, is giving this region a 40% chance for cyclone formation over the next 7 days. Taking a look at our latest GFS model run, you can see that cyclone formation happening out there in the tropical Atlantic, and this storm is strengthening at a pretty decent clip. Again, the faster it strengthens, the more it'll likely be influenced by this high pressure to the north, steering it away from the states. Now, if this storm were to stay weaker a little bit longer, it would likely push off a little bit farther to the west. Most models do just have this as a fish storm, so we're not too concerned. I'll continue to watch it though. And lastly, we have been seeing a lot of precipitation in the plains, but as that upper level low moves in, that's going to bring in all of our cold air over the next few days. That is going to transfer a lot of that precipitation out through the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and up towards the Northeast. And moving forward, as I said in my video, we are a lot more likely to see some heavy rainfall out east than out west, although depending on what happens with this secondary trough as we get into the second week or third week of September, we could see the Northwest starting to get a lot of rainfall as well. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you like this type of content, feel free to throw me a follow or sub. I make posts like this every day, and I stream every day to try and answer all of your questions. I'll see you in the next video.